How's it going, guys? Undercover Nerd here, and welcome to episode 6 in season 4 of the Academy Story Live. Now, this is a big episode. We got a lot to cover, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump straight in. So the plan for this episode then, we're going to get through essentially 2 months. We're going to end up finishing on the 1st of May. We've got a lot of games. It's going to be a gaming marathon, but so much more than that also. We're going to try and condense the games so it doesn't take up a lot of the time in the video, or all of the time in the video, I should say, to keep a nice balance. So the first game we're going to be playing against Liverpool in the Emirates FA Cup. It's a huge game for us. We want to do well in the Emirates FA Cup. We actually want to win it. That's the plan. We're going to be playing against Arsenal. We're going to sim these 2 games, and I need to talk to you about the international drama, a slight drama that we've a hiccup that we've come up against, but we'll talk about that in a second. We're going to be simming the Everton game. We're going to be simming the Southampton game, the Stoke game, Crystal Palace game. We're going to play the Tottenham game. We're going to probably sim the Leicester game and the Brighton and Hove Albion game. This is all very much dependent on how we do in the Emirates FA Cup. If we do progress, and it's a big if we do progress, there is very likely to be a game somewhere around here, and it will knock one of these games out. So maybe the Crystal Palace, the Tottenham game, or the Leicester game will probably be moved to the next month. We're just going to play it by ear, guys. But before we go any further, I want to talk about something that is very disappointing. We, of course, became an international manager of Iceland. The dream was to take Iceland to heights they've never been. We were going to not just take them to the World Cup, we were going to hopefully just push them as far as we could take them. We've got the 3 Bjornsson brothers, we've got Goodmanson, we've been building. Last season, we handed over the reins. Well, we got offered the job, basically, but we gave the reins to an interim manager. What I didn't know is that that interim manager did not qualify us for the World Cup. I don't know how it's even possible. And I was confused, but I found out because I was trying to plan the next stream, which is, of course, going to be the finale, because we had the World Cup, but we don't. We're not in the World Cup. So I thought, well, what do we do? Do we end up just quitting the job and then looking for someone else to go to the World Cup with? But then I was like, but we wasted time and investment on this team and these guys. So it sucks, but there's not only one World Cup. No matter how this series works, whether it does get short from the 10 series, I will make sure that we do a World Cup, okay? So it'll be 2026. So it's fine. We will get it done. There's also the Euros as well. It is a massive disappointment, but there's not a lot we can do apart from if we change teams. But I don't want to. I want to be Iceland. We were dead set on that. So we have to suck it. It's a shame, and there was no way of me really knowing until it got closer to the time. In the last stream, we got pretty busy with Dice of Destiny. There was 4 outcomes, and it wasn't too bad, to be honest. We had the first one, which was Januzaj, and his free kick has gone up to, it's 97 now, which is pretty nuts. We got the American Clark, and his dribbling is, his ball control is 98, and his dribbling is 89, which is actually insane. Pedro Jesus is going to be exhausted for 3 big games. So, of course, naturally, it's going to be the Liverpool game without a doubt. It'll probably be the FA Cup game if we do get through as well. And then just another game. We'll play that one by ear, but he's exhausted, which means that we literally won't be able to play him. And his stamina will be down to not a lot at all. And the final one was it was the injury-free, wasn't it, for your man Sakara. Now, just remember, guys, that with the injury-free, it doesn't take effect until the following season, okay? So just bear that one in mind. Prince has currently got an injury-free for the season. And so I think is it Mamadov or something, as also one of the lone players got it. It didn't really affect us too much because we can't actually see if they've got an injury. Until we draw them back. So it doesn't really affect us too much, that. If they do pick up an injury, like sometimes it says like they're out for 3 days or 4 days, we'll just let that one slide because that's just like, you know, just a little bit of a knock and it's a bit of a waste of time to mess about that. But you get the score. So Dice Destiny was good. In the series finale, guys, we've got some awesome news of Dice of Destiny. It's going to be pretty intense, let's put it that way, okay? And that's coming in the final stream. So the last thing I completely forgot about is we spoke about getting a defender in. We can't, guys. We have now got 36 players. With the addition of Nilo in the team, we have 36 players. We can't sell anyone until the start of the January transfer window. And so because of that, and this is a rule that I don't want to budge from because it doesn't work with Dice of Destiny and stuff, we're going to have to wait till January. So, sorry, not January. We're going to have to wait till the next summer transfer window. And we will be getting rid of some players for sure. Not just out on loan. There are some players after the preseason that we will be offloading. And no one is safe, and that goes for even the new guy, Nilo. These people had to prove themselves. We have got a lot of attackers. People have been saying it. There is a lot of attackers. We need some defenders. We get Bazaar back, so we need to play it by ear. But there will, without a shadow of doubt, there's going to be players leaving We always track them when we let them go, but if they're not going to be playing regularly for us or not be effective, we do get rid of them. So apologies about that. We're leaving the German scout out there for a long time. So hopefully when he does come back next season, it's going to be an absolute gem, guys. So what we got coming up next is just the match marathons. We're going to get through all the matches and everything that's popped up between now and the 1st of May. And then I will join you again with the face cam and we'll have a nice summary, have a look at the players and see how we got on. Let's hope for a lot of goals and a lot of wins. So we kicked off the games marathon at home in the Emirates FA Cup to Liverpool. We fielded a pretty strong team. We want to make sure we win this. We can check out the team just there, but we know how important the FA Cup is to us. Unfortunately, it actually took till the 87th minute before anything happened. It was a very cagey game, and I thought it would end up going to extra time, but a beautiful ball into Kampa, the little South African, and finished it like a seasoned pro. And yeah, in the 86th minute, gone into 87th, manages to steal us the win in fantastic fashion. It wasn't all positive news. Unfortunately, throughout the game, the man Weber picked up a pretty bad injury. It's okay because he was only out for 7 months with an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Happy, happy days. Anyway, no messing around. We went straight into the next game, putting that behind us. We're at home to Arsenal in the Premier League. The team we went for, Louise in goal. We had Clavins, Diaz, Kai, Clark, and Ash. You can see the change in formation here. We had Prince, Sakara, Audrey, and Jesus, and Drake up front. We thought, why not? Let's mix the formation up, perhaps go a little bit more defensive and have a little bit more on the overlap. Did it work out for us? No, not at all. We ended up going 1-0 down pretty early on, and we weren't going to blame the formation. It was just a bit of bad luck. Unfortunately, a misplaced pass by Diaz ended up putting Arsenal back in control. Some sloppy defending from Clavins, not tracking the player. And yeah, we went 2-0 down. Now, when we go 2-0 down, we don't mess about. So at half-time, we reverted to our 4-3-3 formation. And we could see the impact was immediate. Tiadady came on, playing it into Sakara. And very calmly done, placing it in the bottom left-hand corner of the net to bring it back to 2-1. And there was time for another goal, and this was just a beauty, guys. Tiadady playing into Sakara. Sakara with a fantastic ball into the little man, Pedro Jesus, and finishes with an amazing volley. Now, of course, Pedro Jesus has got that exhaustion. He'd missed the first game. He didn't miss this game. Don't worry, he missed another big game after this. But yeah, he scored an absolute worldie. I don't know, he bounced back for this game, guys. It's cool. And then he scores an absolute blinder again. Completely unplayable. I mean, no right. Absolutely no right here. I think it's El Neni there doing all right. But seriously, what a finish by the man Jesus. Not last season, season before, golden boot. And that is the Jesus that we've been missing last season and beginning of this season, to be honest. There was, however, I don't even know what we're going to call this apart from just crazy. Like, it was too quick. And the disappointing thing is, I was like, this was not a penalty. I do not know how Sakara managed to give away that penalty. I don't think it was. However, Lacazette finished it pretty calmly, and it brought it to 3-all. And I thought at this point, this is it. Like, you know, it's too late. 87th minute into the game. But no, through complete luck and just persistence, it falls to the man, Pedro Jesus, and he manages to bag a hat-trick. A hat-trick in a game that perhaps he shouldn't be playing in. The crowd went mad. The team all celebrated together. It was a huge victory for us. What a game it was. And such a deserved hat-trick. I mean, look at that finish. Side netting. The goalkeeper ain't getting that. And, of course, that is how it ended. The boy, Jesus, picking up the match ball at the end of the game. Your boy Tiadady picked up the Player of the Month also, which is some great news. Unfortunately, we did pick up a training injury, and we had a broken ankle to the man Sakara. 2 months. So yeah, he has got the injury free, but that doesn't kick in until next season. So he went straight into the next game against Everton. We scored 2 goals earlier, and Bjornsson and Dady. Unfortunately, Dady picked up an injury. Everton were able to pull back one, but it ended 2-1. And we can see now that the boy, Dady, picked up an injury, pulled hamstring for 4 weeks. So another injury. Happy, happy days. Straight into the next game against Southampton away. They went ahead early on, and that is how it stayed. Just the 1-0 win, and we managed to pick up another injury, but only for 7 days for Jesse Prince. Again, rapid time now going into the next game, and we picked up a goal through Aurora. And again, that's how it ended, but we picked up another injury. And that injury, luckily again, was only for 7 days. Straight into the next sim, away from home. Can we avoid any injuries? Yes, but we didn't avoid a loss, unfortunately. So then we went into the next played game, the Emirates FA Cup against Man City. That is who we got in the semi-final of the Emirates FA Cup. This is the trophy that we want. We do not want to let this go. We fielded a strong team. Note that Jesus isn't playing, and this is the other game, one of the other games. He had to miss 3, so one of the other ones was the sim games. And did we start all right? Yeah, we did. They were sloppy in possession, and Aurora taking this beautifully, cutting it into the bottom of the net. Just 6 minutes into the game. It got a little bit weird. Yeah, Audrey went in for a kiss. Yeah, that's a bit strange. But anyway, he was happy. We were happy. We were 1-0 up. But of course, we're against Man City, so anything can happen. Tiadady made a beautiful run. Unfortunately, gave the ball away sloppily, but Arnie Bjornsson was there to pick it up. It fell then to, I don't know who that was that Danny, and then Audrey picked it up and finishes with style. What a finish this was from the midfielder. Cutting across the ball. Goalkeeper cannot do a thing about that. And we go 2-0 up in the semi-final of the FA Cup. And then this happened. Louise, with a moment of absolute madness, gives the ball away, and Man City are going to punish you. Straight into Zaha. And it was nicely finished. All brought on ourselves though, so it then went to 2-1. Did we panic then? Did we ever? This is a thing of beauty. It gets played out to Ragnar Bjornsson, and look, just, oh, your boy Aurora, that has to be contention for goal of the season. That bit of football was amazing. And look at this replay. The replay just shows the technique. Amazing ball. But look at this, on the volley. Oh my days. It is a thing of beauty. A thing of complete beauty. And so we went 3-1 up. And then Tiadady, just persistence here, gets away. And you can see what's coming here. Draco's there. And Draco puts it away like a very distinguished finisher that he is. So we are 4-1 up in the FA Cup against Man City. That's crazy. Now, you know, at this point, I'm like, wow, 65 minutes in, let's just wrap it up, guys. But no, Man City came at us. They did not back down. And they managed to get a great goal through Williams. It's a very open bit of play there, but a very slick finish. And so what happened then? Well, we had to have a look at this. Sergio Roberto picked up a yellow card. And how did he pick up that yellow card? The new man, Nilo. Look at this. Boom. Have some of that. And he wasn't done there. No, no, no. He was not done there. Of course, Man City were pushing really hard at this point. So it created quite a bit of space for the man, the little Indian legend, Aurora. He saw Nilo back post, and he puts that away beautifully. Another volley. A fantastic finish. Beauty. So it was just crazy. 5-2. 5-2 in the Emirates FA Cup. 87 minutes in. What happens then? Oh my days, what happens then? Kai manages to give away a penalty. Was it a penalty? I don't know. It's 50-50. But guess who steps up? De Bruyne and Bish. You were not saving that. You were not saving that. So it 5-3. What an FA Cup. Seriously. And then we gave the ball away sloppily, but then what happened? I don't really know. Aurora just put a little bit of pressure on. Draco picks the ball up. And Man City fall asleep. And Draco's got all the time in the world. And look at that. he gets himself another goal. What a finish that was. So calm, culling it around the goalkeeper. And the final scoreline ended 6-3, a 9-goal thriller. So then after that amazing game, we went into the last couple of sims. We had Leicester away in the Premier League, and they left it late. They managed to get a goal late on, and then so did we. We're through Dady, so we ended up drawing that game. It's okay, we're doing pretty well in the Premier League as a whole. We knew that before we came into this episode. And then the final game of this episode, Brighton again is left late. Brighton got a goal, and then Audrey was able to get a goal. And did it finish like that? Well, of course it did, yeah, because we're simming. We managed to pick up another injury for Draco, 7 days, and a training injury, another little beautiful training injury for Ragnar Bjornsson. So here we are at the end of the episode. Let's have a little recap of where we are. It's been an injury-ridden episode. Who is actually injured now? So we got Bjornsson, who's out for another 3 weeks. Happy days. Of course, we know Weber. That sucks, man. Like 5 months. That was just crazy. Sakara is back in 6 weeks. And as I spoke about at the beginning of the episode, unfortunately, that injury-free does not apply till next season, which is a bit sucky. It's a good job, I guess, it's at the end. Draco, he's back to fitness in 6 days. And that's it. But we've had so many injuries. It's crazy. We're doing well though, guys. In the stream finale, look at this, what we got to look forward to. We got the finale against Chelsea. I wouldn't want it any other way. If we beat Chelsea in the Emirates FA Cup, it will be the first time we've done it. We can tick it off our list of things to do. Let's just have a look at the standings, how we're going into the stream finale. So in terms of appearances, we can see here 35 apps for the loan. I mean, this is good for the loan guys. Louise, no surprises there, our goalkeeper, #1 goalkeeper. T80 played a lot this season so far, so Prince, surprisingly, after that bad news. But of course, he's on his form boost. He got a +7 stat boost for the entire season. He will lose that at the end of the season. It'll be interesting because then it's going to revert a lot, those physical stats. So we have to wait and see how he gets on in the beginning of pre-season next year. So yeah, everyone, I mean, generally, let's have a look at people that haven't really played too much. I mean, that's disappointing with the lone players. Mamadov's only played twice. That obviously we can't see Hughes. Coops, no surprises there with Tottenham. He will be a player that I'm fairly confident we will offload. We'll have to wait until pre-season, but I'm sure, I think his time with us has ended. He hasn't really developed into the player that we would have hoped, and he is 24 years old now. So yeah, I mean, Bizarre, he's not out on loan. The good thing is that a lot of these are the lone players. Bjornsson's been injured for a lot of the season. I don't think Zakara has really, but generally we've got a lot of good midfielders. I bet I wouldn't mind them maybe for next season. Let's have a look at where the standings are for goals. So where are we looking? Not a lot there. So Dady's currently leading the goals with 13. He's a 7.9, so he's in for a token if he can maintain that. Draco's on 11 goals. He's been picking up quite a few injuries this season, which is a little bit disappointing. And then we got Aurora, who's had a pretty decent season, to be fair, so far. That's more so because we can see the assists. He's got 9 assists. Corbs is getting on okay. I'm pretty sure West Ham are in the relegation zone. We'll have a look at that in a second. But there's a lot more spread goals this season than there was last season. Last season it wasn't this spread. There was a couple of people that did okay, and then it kind of petered off a lot. This is a lot more consistent. 8 is good. 7's a good amount. And then in terms of the assists, Aurora's leading, as I just said there, really with the assists. Pretty much equal. And then Daddy's behind, which is, I mean, this is the old Goodmanson style. Lots of goals, lots of assists. And then Tier 80 not far behind, and JJ then is the closest one after that. We have the overall changes as it stands at the moment, and this is a little bit kind of off sometimes because we have been changing positions. So yeah, it's JJ Prince, yeah, it's because that form boost. But Goodmanson is a +4, and he hasn't had anything applied to him, so that is good development for him. So yeah, that's how everything's looking. Just going into the next stream. For the finale, we're currently sat top, but we are level on points with Everton. We have got a game in hand, however. So has Man City. And yeah, Man City, who we just knocked out the FA Cup. If they win and we lose, for example, they go ahead of us. So it is incredibly tight. And then it's Liverpool. I think we got a little... Oh no, Liverpool got just a game in hand over us. So that bringing a 15... It's close, guys. It's very, very close. But all we really want is a position in the Champions League spot. Now, that's what the ambition is. I won't be too disheartened if we don't win. So yeah, I think we are now set up pretty nicely for the season finale stream. Really looking forward to Dice of Destiny because, as I say, there's a bit of a bonus coming with that. But you have to tune into the stream because that's where Dice of Destiny takes place. I will, of course, list the players that are up for Player of the Episode for this. I will go through, but I mean, we know that Yates got a hat-trick, for example. I will go through all the goals and just make sure who is probably deserving of it, and then of course it's up to you guys. Besides that, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, that'd be awesome because we have a goal. We want to try and get to 15,000 subs before FIFA 19 because we're dropping a lot of content for FIFA 19. And I mean, 15k is just, it's nice, isn't it? It's like a nice figure. 15 is my favorite number, for example. I got a hole-in-one on hole 15. This was years ago, years and years ago when I was younger, and stuck in my head. I was like 15. So that's the achievement. If we can get there, it will be amazing. If not, it's okay. But if you haven't subscribed and you like the content, that would be sick. Besides that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy.